I'll give up my safe word if you can guess where this sound came from, because clearly you deserve my account more than me. So what are we thinking? Some type of bird? Maybe a Cory Buster? A severely distressed cat? Something like that? Or maybe it's a trick question and the answer's extinct. You remember when I said nature's unserious? Yeah, that was a giant anteater. Don't let me tell you that I know everything. I didn't know they made a sound. I thought that video was fake. But it turns out they do sound like your car whenever life gets too good. Here's what one sounds like when it's calling for its mother. As a society, we need to be reminded of giant anteaters twice a year. More people need to know that sloths have a 7-foot Freddy Krueger-coded cousin that swings and sometimes wins on jaguars. Not to mention they have a huge body count. There are models where hunters pressing them and getting opened up like a present just to get left in past tense. It's funny because jaguars will clap gaming, but a machete-equipped vacuum cleaner gives them cause for pause. And if you ever see a giant anteater in real life, you'll see why. Not just because they have a panda tattoo on their arm, but because you genuinely can't tell which end is the head. Get it wrong and you get cut. Mind you, those claws can turn into termite mounds, and those can be as hard as cement. Also, they can swim, because of course an able-bodied armadillo can. Nature's fun. The more you know. I'll give up.
And after Nixon was deported by ICE and Fleming supported to meet him, they were shot dead in Guatemala, found tied up with their 14-month-old daughter crying beside their bodies. When Nixon was arrested by ICE, they lied about having a record of gun driving. Some of the Marines were taught how violence of ICE was so much deeper than ICE shooting people as they attempted to detain them. Already unacceptable, already hard to comment. We've seen people hit and fatal chases that ICE instigated. We've seen protesters shot by private contractors who are employed as prison guards in these facilities. Since Calgary's office, there have been 52 confirmed deaths in ICE detention facilities. There are countless people missing. This kind of murder following deportation took place that people fled for safety reasons. Telecoms visited years ago Human Rights Watch put together a report where they were able to find at least 138 people in the United States that deported to El Salvador who were murdered. Those were deportations that took place across the Second Obama administration and Trump 1.0. There are far too many documented instances of this happening. This article is from 2018 about an 18-year-old who was deported to Mexico and then killed weeks later. Most of the time, these people's fates are not followed. They're not reported. These are drastically underreported numbers, and they are directly the fault of United States immigration enforcement. And I know that numbers and facets of harm can start to feel so overwhelming that it's hard to know each of these individual tragedies is an individual tragedy, but they are all leading to a larger systemic change, which is the abolition of race-based option. So we don't have to show up and advocate for each of these people individually, or for safety stories that women should, but there are so many people here who have to this violence never come across and makes it honor each.
Sorry, Right. I forgot that's where we were. We should do a little bit of light reading before we continue the journey. On Commonwealth, we the Eight assemble here together in the downside, and we gave our freedom so that you may yet have yours. It is an exchange we have not lately made. It is my charge to ensure that should you regain your freedom, first off recognize its qualities, and also use it wisely. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. My own wings, I once thought that they could take me anywhere, and then they took me here, where I am bound. It is your charge to be free, and not to make the same mistakes. Spring from here and learn from what we did, and build a new and great society, a free society, with wings spread wide for everyone. Oh. Well, you don't need to wonder why they prevented people from learning how to read this. Moonlight Alcove. You once again find yourself amid the quiet nooks of Moonlight Alcove. Here, you can wait the time until the stars decide to shine for you again. We'll get another bit of light reading here. I think we're almost caught up. On Mercy. Mercy is the beating heart of a truly free society. Mercy, even for the perpetrators of the darkest deeds. As our liege Solomon drifted in an ocean of regrets, he found their mercy. Or rather, it found him. And it saved his life. Mercy, freedom. They are intertwined. A society which raises a clenching fist against its own shall follow the doomed path of the Empire of Sar? Ours shall be a merciful society. May the perpetrators of the darkest deeds be sent to join us here, where they may learn as we have. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kind. We shall stand shoulder to shoulder, equals in the same society. And we have finally caught up. We have returned to a place of respite. Please make yourself comfortable, such as you can. We are at the mercy of the stars. I expect they shall shine bright again in time. As for me, I shall return by then, for there is something I must do. There, from atop the sacred mountain, you gaze down into the abyss that is the downside. You wonder when the stars shall align themselves once more. There upon the sacred mound, you and your companions once more await the night and the stars begin to shine again. The plan of which you are all a part is set in motion. The Commonwealth, a nation that stood almost for 1,000 years, is in turmoil. If your companions return there through the liberation rites, what sort of place shall they be coming back to? Many moons pass. One evening, amid a downpour with no interest whatsoever in relenting, Wolfred requests everybody to convene. You understand he has an announcement of some sort. Soon, everyone is assembled and Wolfred regards the group. Everyone, there is an aspect of our plan which I've not talked about with you at length. Look around at your companions. What do you see in them? He lets the question hang a moment in the air. I'll tell you what I see in all of you, in all of us. I see in all of us a living version of the 8 scribes themselves, each one among them hailing from the different tribes which later formed our Commonwealth. My observation does not come from pompousness, I think. Rather, I believe the scribes themselves desired, or shall I say desired, such a course. Together, they created all the ceremony of which we are now a part. The exiles, liberated through their rights, went on to found the Commonwealth based on their values and their teachings. Thus, an instrumental aspect of our plan is to embody the spirit and the culture from which the Commonwealth arose so many centuries ago. That way, when we are all united on the other side in solidarity, the people all shall see that we reflect the values they yet cherish in their hearts, not merely our own. Anyway, we are still missing one key representative on behalf of Molten Milithe. Oh, 4th of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Impassioned or the Wild Witch. And I happen to know a certain bog dweller who I think shall fit the part most splendidly indeed. He motions for someone to approach. A certain bog dweller slithers forward. You recognize her straight away. It is my pleasure to introduce to you a dear old friend of mine, whom I believe you've met. Welcome to the Nightwing's Bertrude. The bog dweller, called Big Bertrude, utters something guttural by way of greeting. We are to understand that ye require further aid from us. Yes, dear Bertrude, the time has come. Bertrude here is far and away the most accomplished alchemist whom I have ever met. You soon will find that she knows much about the rites as well. Bertrude looks you and your fellow exiles, each in turn. We frighten ye, apparent. Everyone is silent as Bertrude searches their expressions. Then tremble, small ones, and hold well thy tongues, lest we remove them. She takes her leave without another word. Please excuse Bertrude's blunt manner. I guarantee she shall more than make up for it. Everyone disappears. It seems now that the ranks of the Nightwings are complete. Bertrude joined the group. You sense her powerful presence. Now then, my boy, perhaps you noticed that the stars are bright once more up there behind those stubborn rains, meaning it is time that we got back to business. Indeed, once more, several stars shine bright within the cold and stormy sky. Let's choose a path. If we do this one, we get to go beat him up again. The Titan Star. Oh, I kind of want to fucking go to here. Ah, yes. We kind of skipped you. Goal the South Star. Oh, you're at the top of the list, huh? And then there's you. I expect you to fall soon. Okay. Let's go pick on him. Ah, the chastity and old manly. He is, without shame, the product of corruption that now festers in the Commonwealth. You and Volfred then go over what he knows of your adversary. H. Manly Tinderstoff, the offspring of a semi-famous sap industrialist. He was born into wealth and lived in the lap of luxury, never having to fend for himself. When he came of age, he soon was offered cushy ambassador positions and required little more than a silver tongue to convince the Commonwealth that he was keeping busy. He soon grew so proficient at doing nothing much at all that he started spending all his family's riches to assert his fame and status. One day he attempted to pay off the wrong individual, a particularly stern Commonwealth diplomat, who promptly turned him in and had him sent down a river. Manly was very disappointed by all this, but soon saw in it an opportunity, for he knew well that in the inner circles there were those who had gone into exile and returned. Thanks to his connections, he tracked down the chastity deep in Waking Wood. He finagled his way onto the triumvirate using his well-worn skills. He, in turn, convinced himself that he would earn a position of great influence. Once he secured a way back to his home, he continues making hollow promises. Our plan is going to prevent such characters as Manly from coming to power. Mark my word, for now, we ought prepare to seek the star again with adequate night's rest. You bid Volfred a good night and take your leave. It is too late now to prepare for flight, so you arrange to depart first thing in the morning. Why, hello there. Bertrude's deck. You find Big Bertrude looking about the black wagon in a disapproving way. She fixes her gaze on you. Her expression does not change. Such a clutter added to this wagon since we looked upon it last. Unsightly. We remember thee from our abode in flagging hands. Then thou must be the reading one to whom Sandalwood referred. She moved in close, studying you. You recall that the mere touch of a bog crone of the southern bogs can induce paralysis or worse. That one such as thee can extract meaning from that tome. 'Twas a feat we wished to witness for ourselves. Thy flesh has seen but the smallest fraction of the years which ours withstood, and yet we are expected to believe that thou canst understand the Book of Rites. Then she backs away, for someone else has joined you. Hail, Bertrude, madam. Is everything to your liking at this time, or is there something more which you require? We have been unable to locate a supply of rotworm gizzard extract among thy belongings. Other than that, we shall lodge no complaint at present. It is possible that Volfred has a small supply among his possessions here. If you would care to accompany me, we may yet procure some. That would be agreeable with us. Then after you, madam. As they depart, you think you see the lone minstrel nod his head your way. Ooh. New chapter. Rites of Flame. With the blackened nails, do I hereby inscribe the Rites of Flame. The bylaws shall be written here in full. We the Eight decree that rights attest of one's true worth in body, mind, and spirit. Now, until the stars abandon us, this shall be binding law within the downside. Those deemed worthy in the rights are to regain their freedom from the downside and return from whence they came. Exiles shall conduct the rites as one of 9 triumvirates, and look toward the stars for guidance on their path. Exiles shall bear this book as status. Interesting. Do I have another one? Oh, I do. Essential structure. The The essential structure of a rite shall be as follows. Where chosen by the stars within the dark of night, shall 2 triumvirates stand in opposition, far enough afield beside their congregated pyres, symbolizing their resolve. And each triumvirate, the 3 shall act as one, to demonstrate their trust in one another, not just in themselves. Triumvirates shall endeavor to extinguish the pyre of their adversaries, whose flame are only to be staunched through a celestial orb descended from the stars. Whose ever pyre remains burning shall prevail, the triumvirate are to disperse. And we still have more to read. We will continue that reading after we continue our journey. You rise early that morning, though Bertrude is already awake. She scowls at you. Good morning, reader. Bertrude, I trust your stay has been not too uncomfortable. Nay, Sandalwood, the comforts of this place are not for us. Fly us forth from here to lower ground. Let us get on with all of this. The reader here shall do so once the group is ready. I thank you for your patience. Soaring far above Scalorian Shoal, you notice Pemitha gazing down at the frozen cliffs below. That damned place down there, I like it least of all. I think among everywhere we've been, I'm thankful that there's been no reason to return. Reminds me of my home is all the high-wing remnants? We all grew accustomed to the thinner air and the cliffs that breaches the clouds above your commonwealth. But it is not the nicest place. Little wonder that my sisters settle for a rather warmer base of operation in this land, there by the nests of Trista. Anyway, I'm pleased to have spent as little time as possible near here. Let's fly on by and go about our business. Bop. Sisters, we're under attack. Hold, no. We are merely being mocked by none other than the Nightwings, mocking us all, you wish, then, Westrels of the Commonwealth. The sight of you in that utterly outlandish wagon, your mere existence is an affront to the act of flight. Would that my sisters and I could soar tireless and free as once we did, but nay, we must resort to such ignoble means of travel such as you. Now stay away from us, lest our vengeance should extend beyond your commonwealth, and become much more personal in nature. I'm a dick. Yonder lies ridges of gold, somewhat less imposing when viewed from this vantage point. Do you not agree, reader? The myths of the downside hold that it is no mere ridge of stone, but the remains of Lord Gondroth, once slain by Goliathan himself. Though perhaps such tales are of little import now when you stand to confront the chastity there in just a short while. Hollow root. Interest in taking this route to the riches of gold. Ooh. Falcon Ron may be passing through here with a special offer. Yeah! How are you doing, Ron? You make a successful landing in Downside Prairie near the southern edge of the downside. Memories of having first met Headwind, Judariel, and Rookie come flooding back. You now should have some time in the vicinity before continuing onward toward the riches of gold. Ooh, Downside Clinger. Ooh, we got Downberry. What do you got for me? Wolfred is poring over a copy of the Book of Rites as you approach. He looks up at you and smiles. The road to freedom, written in a book that hardly anyone believes exists, and fewer still can read and comprehend. Sometimes I marvel how absurd all of this is, my boy. Tell me something, though. I've spent so much time considering the book, but known so few with whom I could discuss it in much detail. You've had some time to turn through it by now, so what do you think? Worth all the fuss? Wants to know your thoughts about the Book of Rites. You find it fascinating. You tell Wolfred that the book has fascinated you, and that you have never seen anything quite like it. He nods slowly as you describe your experience with it. I share the sentiment. To have in our possession a genuine artifact from the forgotten time, how much of it is exactly true and how much of it is the scribe's retelling of events? I find it endlessly fascinating to consider. I must admit, he puts away his copy of the book with care. It is amazing that the volumes have survived for all this time, I think. Whatever they are made of has withstood the ravaging effects of time quite well. And the ideas they're contained, they remain rather provocative as well. To think that Commonwealth disavows of the existence of this book, despite official recognition of the 8 scribes. Although the reason why are in there, written plain. How fascinating that its secrets have been kept for all this time. Anyway, you'll have to excuse me for my extracurricular interests in its teachings. I used to teach a version of its history. To have access to the real thing has brought me some small pleasure. Let us be certain to preserve these volumes for whoever shall be next to use them. He turns his attention to other matters and bids you a good afternoon. canvas wings. The black wagon is flight capable, though by which means you do not fully grasp yet. Singing sands. Okay. Downside Prairie. The downside is connected to our realm via a single artery, the river named for prestigious sap colleagues Luz Glorian. That river gushes into seeming nothingness. That seeming nothingness turns out, of course, to be the downside. Its existence undermines thousands of years of thoughts of thought about the composition of our world. The downside southern edge we call the Sandal Folds. It is a desecrated wasteland, speaking well to this land's lack of hospitality. Okay. Here, the strength of many who survive the river journey finally fails. Here, the strength of many who survive the river journey finally fails. Okay, right. If only they could clamber further north, where lies the verdant downside prairie, a better place to perish, to be sure. Interesting. Searching the stars. We the 8 have seen the turning of the stars from now until the ending of an 8-hour age. Heed their guidance into ours. The stars take many cyclical turns. The rites commence at their behest upon celestial landmarks where the downside's greater titans fell before the heavens. Bearing this, the book bestows on your triumvirate, you, the reader, shall perceive under which stars you are to congregate. Follow where they lead, as your adversary shall. If either of you fails to appear, then neither of you walks the path. Whether you prevail or you fail, from that point the stars shall guide you on. Before each rite. The rite shall not commence unless the necessary preparations are complete. At a celestial landmark, ere the stars align, exiles shall conduct the rites bearing this book, of which there are but 40 copies, each bound in astral hide. Exiles shall wear the sacred raiments fashioned in our likeness at the summit of Mount Uladile. Their identities are to be concealed, for they shall represent us all. Exiles shall set a metal sigil for their pyre in consecrate the grounds using the words. The 8 scribes gave their freedom so that we may yet have ours. The heavens shall respond when all is set. You got one more? Law of 3. During the rite, each triumvirate shall act as one, unerringly, and without question. The disobedient shall suffer banishment or permanent expulsion. Exiles shall move as of a single mind, to demonstrate their faith, and recognize that they, as we the 8, cannot prevail alone. Their worth shall be determined both by the actions and their peers. Triumvirates lacking experience in this may designate a reader whose focus on this book may help the others to coordinate. However, only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path toward enlightenment and become eligible to regain their freedom. Okay. I cannot be freed because I am performing and conducting the rites for my triumvirate. Because I am the one guiding them, I cannot leave because I am not an active participant like they are. You have another one. Burning Pyre. At the appointed time at the lighting of the stars, the heavens shall rain down upon the ground sufficiently prepared, and thus the two opposing pyres shall be set ablaze. Thus shall commence the rite. Triumvirates are to protect their pyres as they would their lifeblood. Lifeblood itself is never to be shed before, during, or after any rite, lest the disobeyer suffer permanent expulsion. Exile is injury enough. The rite is an act of mercy. Fear not the purifying flame. Plunge into it headlong, and without fear, for you shall be protected by the stars themselves. Seek freedom in the flame. I cannot read another one. Blue, you encounter a familiar face, hawking his wares as always. He sidles right up to you. Oh, hey guys, funny running into you out here. You guys alright? But anyways, I gotta say, I got just the thing for you. Mint condition, and although I haven't seen it exactly, I'm really sure it's something good, okay? So what do you want? He is offering you a sealed talisman. No telling what it is for certain, though you sense its power. Such an artifact would likely cost much more once on display. Yeah, sure. You agree to Falcon Rod's terms, who grins as you make the exchange. Alright, you guys, enjoy. He heads off without another word. You unwrap the item in from your pouch and your way back to the wagon. There, you should still have time to pursue your vocations. Astral Eye. Effects. Bearer has -3 hope. When dousing the adversary's pyre, Bearer deals bonus 4 damage. Okay. Let us mentor you in the rites. Very well then, educate us if thou canst. You ask Bertrude to explain to you in her own words the history of the 8 scribes, and speak to how their varied backgrounds form the basis, not just the rites, but of the Commonwealth. Thus does our grasp of ancient sorceries grow even stronger still. Okay, well, Bertrude's Pyre has less than the adversary. She deals an additional 5. Angle, Bear Sheriff sees a large area. It's more than the adversary. She deals an additional 5. Let us continue our journey.
Mo, Wookiee flies. Right, Ice.
One dab of those little guys and you'll be able to, like, woo, know what I mean? Oh boy, it's drugs. He's giving us drugs. Oh darn, okay.
Felicitada você traumatized.
One more. You cannot survive the downside travels. You cannot survive the downside if you cannot get around. Howlers shall descend on you, or tempests shall shear you to pieces. That is just the way of it. Traveling through the environs is no simple feat. Consider yourself blessed if you were born a cur. If not, however, you shall have to find a means to cross these lands without the benefits of 4 strong paws. Luce Glorian believed his untamed land can be traversed through means unnatural. I thought at first that he meant sorcery, but he suggests invention. He speculated that carriages could cross this land by harnessing its fury, a wild thought. In many cases, my paws shall suffice. We shall commence the rite. Wolfram gets your attention. Reader, I suppose you might remember our first meeting with the manly Tinderstoff. He would be mortified, of course, if you forgot. I would say that he is an embarrassment to my kind, but unfortunately, I've known many others like him. We are a discontented people, I suppose. Anyway, when last we saw him, you might recall that I avoided him. We are not good acquaintances or anything but. He knows enough people in high places that he could be harmful to our plan, should he know of my involvement. And so, Wolfram dons his ritual mask. I shall have to be discreet here, as I am with the Nightwings once again. I can no longer hide from him outright. Perhaps, though, he shall take me for a common sap. Anyhow, it seems to me we have a right to conduct. I knew he was gonna join! A new Titan star. To rank up faster, enter, effect, your adversary shall have +8 quickness, making them move faster.
vaunted reader has returned, and it would appear his ranks grow stronger. Consorting with the bog-crone Bertrude, are we? How very strange that you befriended her. At any rate, your adversaries in this rite shall be the Chastity. Put out their flame and walk the path to liberty.
My, what have we here? Why, the Nightwings come to grace us with their presence once again. You think that you can simply cut us down like last time? Is that it? You sense Volfred reaching out to you. Reader, let us indulge him for the time. Perhaps he shall reveal something we can use to provide a disincentivize for his meddling. Just let him keep on talking. I shall attempt to remain hidden. The colors of those raiments. I mean, they are rather gaudy in this light. I have to say. Though, I mean, no offense at all at this, of course. So do you suppose the rite is going to commence soon? As much as I enjoy our chats like this, I do have to get going soon. If you must know, why, I'm expecting an important message from the other side. No less, come dawn, I hear something is brewing out there, some sort of unrest. So yes, it's a very important message, sent all this way by one of those imp couriers. And I must say, those little things, their services, are certainly not cheap. Though I'm sure that I could get you a good deal on their services, if you wish, perhaps to contact a loved one back home. All I ask, of course, is that you stand aside and let the chastity prevail, as we ought. For I've a date with destiny not long from now, upon fall of Solomon. He continues talking for some time until at last the rite's set to start. Oh, hold a moment, reader. The crone Bertrude slithers forth, wearing the raiments of the rites. Now that Bertrude is among our ranks, it would be best if you became familiar with her repertoire. You have no obligation to make use of her abilities, of course. Good. Bertrude, please show the reader something of your aptitude. No, we expect thou shalt be soon inclined to bring our sorceries to bear. Long have we studied these rites of thine. Let us show thee what we know of them thus far.
The bog-crone Bertrude shows herself in full. Though I have to wonder what became of her accomplices. Of one accomplice in particular. You watch yourself around her, reader. None are sentenced into exile without sufficient cause.
Release B while flashing to Power Blast. Now then, reading 1. Know that our freedom is of little consequence to us. We side with ye because of Sandalwood, because of his plan. We shall aid ye in the rites, and we shall aid ye in the plan. Thus we are at thy disposal, and await thy bidding. Oh, my. Look at that wonderful assembly of exiles, come from all different corners. Such a colorful return you Nightwings have. You know, I heard the most preposterous rumor about you, that you are harboring an especially notorious criminal, one who has designs upon the Commonwealth itself. He looks right at Volfred. But I could not imagine such outlandish tales could possibly be true. Anyhow, I so would like to meet everyone here. Hello, good Nightwings. I am H. Manley, Tinderstoff, and truly it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Manley has intruded on your privacy as you set to choosing your triumvirate. He could not be less welcome. He seems to be searching for someone in your ranks. Ask him to leave politely. You suggest to Manley that perhaps he ought to check on his own triumvirate in the key moment prior to the rite. Why, yes, of course, I was just asking the opportunity to bid all of you salutations, for I so enjoy getting to meet my fellow exiles face to face like this. Yes, there may be rules against this type of thing, but who's counting? Am I right? I'm sure the scribes wouldn't mind if they were here. Anyways, now that you mention it, I ought to go back and check on the wonderful colleagues. See you shortly, and good luck. Mansley leaves at last, leaving you to focus on the rite.
Who shall conduct this rite? Bertrude. Nay.
Terias?
Ruki. The choice is cast.
Manley. He reminds me of the kinds of people who were unkind to me back home. I mean, not here. Are you quite ready yet, O Nightwings? I doubt you are, because my colleagues of the Chastity and I, we have to a trick or two we think shall take you by surprise. Just watch.
Commence. Didn't see it coming. Glory to the Nightwings first of all. 'Tis taken. In the name of Solium There. With grace.
Oh, how very, very charming this display. But quit it now and let old Manley put an end to all of this before you make a terrible mistake.
How sad for that one there. Ruki plunged into their pyre. The rite is nearly ended. And it is done. The Nightwing prevails. And what a crushing victory it was. The rite is done.
Okay, before we continue this conversation, we need to take a small break. I didn't realize ads had started. So 1 second. Button. Alright, Mansley. My word. How could this happen? To me! You deceitful, ignorant, utterly uncouth pack of fools. Have you any idea what you've done? Wilfred watches the outburst in silence. Keep spouting off like that, manly, and you shall reveal all we need to know. You harbor such a fear within your heart. There, don't you? Coming from the autocracy and now an exile. How they must speak of you. What would they think of you if you don't get out? Or even if you do? Bulford remains deep in thought, studying his adversary. There, I see now. Then Bulford recedes into shadow. What? My head? Who?
was there.
Oh, I believe there must be some mistake. I have to go. Ta-ta! Fine, everything to you now. It's been a pleasure, genuinely so. Mansley stumbles away in a stupor.
No veritas.
And there he goes. I've lifted certain burdens from him. For the time, a bit of mercy for his sake. For my people's sake. As well, it should ensure he has no lasting memory of our encounter here. Or running into me. Now, let's be off before he catches up with us again.
Boundless are the teachings of the scribes. She now stands closer to the scribes, the little moon-touched girl.
I feel so overwhelmed. I think because the scribes, I think they speak to me and lift me up wherever I begin to think that I'm going to fall.
Gertrude's lust for knowledge becomes manifest.
The strange designs of the scribes, their everlasting sorceries, are strong within this land. And we shall yet make further use of them, we think.
Until the stars align.
After triumphing over the chastity, in a rather one-sided contest, you return to the wagon to find Wolfred and the lone minstrel in the midst of conversation. Most strange that this one star should be illuminated now. This is not what I expected. Nor I, Wolfred, sir. Then Wolfred notices you there. Reader, Tarek, I observe a strange occurrence in the sky is all. It appears the star of Calber Rope Scholar is illuminated now. It is but another star, except our models and predictions of the cosmos did not anticipate this. Anyway, go see for yourself. I shall make the wagon ready in the meantime. You see only a single shining star illuminate far above. It is just as Wolfred indicated. Oh. The Rogue Star. Then we are summoned to the Isle of Calamur. Within the Deepless Tempest. Or Deathless Tempest. Have you ever been there before, Tarek? So long ago, I scarce recall the time. Only the scent. It is the place from whence the creatures native to this land sprang forth. Reader, let's not concern ourselves with superstition held about that place. We'll set forth at dawn and soon see for ourselves what to make of it. Oh, you are very pleased with yourself. You are unaccustomed to seeing Bertrude smiling, and yet there she is, doing just that. You soon see why. You have observed before how her manner seems to soften to the degree it can whenever Wolfred is around. If only I could have seen their faces then. What was your secret, dare I ask, dear Bertrude? It appears that they are reminiscing about old times in the Commonwealth. Flame, resistant inks. Sandalwood, 'twas the inks themselves which kept those volumes from being burnt to ash. Flame-resistant inks? Of course! The good officers who come to visit, they were so intent on burning all the evidence, they did not stop to think the evidence was fireproof. Alas, that they later found a way to burn thy stamping press, regardless. Thy written words, they moved us many times, and many others whom we knew, there in the southern bogs. No matter, dear Bertrude. What's done is done. At least we made it difficult for them. Is that not so? While introducing some of our fellow citizens to new ideas. Perhaps. My words would not have reached near half as many were it not for you. Not to mention how I managed to elude them for another decade or so. I am ever thankful for your sacrifice. Thy thanks shall not be necessary, Sandalwood. Well, you shall have to take it take them from me anyhow. Thank you, Bertrude, for helping to fulfill a modest author's dreams. What good's a stamping press without good ink? No good at all. Oh, they exchange a laugh at this. But then, even still, and through this new ordeal, thou hast no love for us, is that not so? Bertrude. Nay, we understand full well, thou needest not further explain thyself. There are different kinds of love, Bertrude. On that account, thou hast nothing to teach us, Sandalwood. They each remain silent for a time. Our hearts, they cannot be controlled, Bertrude. Blasted things they are, they act well on their own. He puts away his pipe. I am blessed to have you in my life, back in the Commonwealth and here as well. I mean that, although I know that it is not enough. At first, Bertrude does not seem to acknowledge this in any way, but then, nay, Sandalwood, it is enough. It is enough. She departs without awaiting a response, brushing past you as she goes. Volfred soon turns away, as well, politely bidding you a good evening. The two old friends have evidently managed their way past certain tensions in their long-standing relationship. They rather seem to draw a certain strength from one another. The Ridge of Gold. The serpent titan Gondroth turned to brittle stone not long after his death. Of that you may be certain. What remains is a flat, elevated basin that stands us closer to the heavens. Upon the fallen Gondroth's hide, the stars themselves alight, and you shall know you stand on sacred ground. We set the metal sigils, lit the candle flames, and we emblazoned on the rock light form the sigil of our passage to and from this land. And then the stars themselves, they did reply to us. They sang, singing bright, their voices loud and clear. We understood their cadence, and we knew how often to return. Our journey, it continues. Bertrude slithers up to you as the Black Wagon passes through the skies above her former abode. Our kind who lurk below, they would scarce believe we soar above them now. We told them when Sandalwood came to fetch us that we shall not return for some time. Our most accomplished laborers, with whom we share so many moons in exile, we trust that they shall carry forth the reputation of our services, for we taught them all we know. She seems almost nostalgic as she lists off the various species provided, various services provided at Big Bertrude's. Curses, balms, potions, powders, cleansing regions, sleep medicines, fungicides, seance. Big Bertrude's earned quite a name for itself throughout the downside for these and other things. When we are finished here, provided we do not return from whence we came, we shall return to our establishment and carry on our business there, for there is much demand. Volfred joins you as you soar high above the storm-ravaged waters on approach to the infamous Isle of Calamer. Among its cursed qualities, it seems this wretched storm means I cannot rightly smoke. One of the downside's small misfortunes, I suppose. The wagons drive him seem not to mind, at least. In fact, they seem more animated now, even than usual, sir. Perhaps they feel some sort of connection to this place, Tark. Do you suppose the Pyre hearts were able to make it here intact? They ought to have seen it in the stars, though we soon shall know for certain. That we shall. Take us in, please, reader. Ooh, you want to go here. Believe she can find alchemical regions she requires along this route. Ooh, Rookie knows someone here who owes him a past debt. Make landing with the Deathless Tempest far west off where you first breached through the shores beyond. You wonder which sort of celestial landmark lies hidden amid these waters. Thou, for now, have some time left before continuing onward. Ah. Of course. Getting to wonder when you would return. It's time. Of course, reader, you need but think on who shall be the subject. The old bog crone, then. She does have some potential. I should think more so than most of those with whom you share that little residence. Then let us bring her forth. Soon Bertrand appears in heed of her summons. We sense thou hast need of us. The apparition center appears. Listen well, Crone, you answer to me here. How very eloquent. May your vast experiences exceed your knack for pleasant conversation. I trust that you shall have little trouble here without the benefit of your more communicative friends. Now come. Ow. That was a handoff. He's a slippery little fucker. Easy. A simple test, undeserving to be called a challenge. I ought to fail you just for gloating, Crone, but these are not my rules and your performance was sufficient, thus you have passed my test. Congratulations are in order to you and your lovely reader. Now farewell. Good riddance to that mouthy wraith. Show us then what trinket she bestoweth upon us. You received Milith's tail for completing Bertrand's trial. Bertrand's blast pierces through solid objects. Yes. Deathless Tempest. We waited for the Deathless Tempest to subside. We waited, but the Underking, he merely laughed and laughed, for the Deathless Tempest does not subside. What lies beneath that stretch of sea to cause such an upheaval is best left to myth and speculation. One moment. Get the fuck out of my chat. Anyways. We made passage, nonetheless, through sorcerous aid in fortune, scarce seeing the surrounding environs. We did detect a landform in this, to the west. Solemn Myrrh detected the presence of the treacherous aid who lured him into exile, and then followed him in turn. Myrrh, in his wisdom, thought it best to be avoided. At last did we arrive on distant lands, through seeing them provided little comfort. You follow Ruki to an inconspicuous-looking locale somewhere in the dark waters of Sharp Shoal. He soon procures something from a hidden stash. Alright, chum, we got what we came for. No funny business, just the way I like it. Oh, dues, another debt repaid. Nice. Here in the boundless waters of Deathless Tempest, you encounter a messenger imp, come to deliver news and rumors from the other side. Hell yeah! The news this time pertains to Judariel, whom you liberated at the recently. You learn Judariel's past transgressions have been forgiven. She soon was to be reinstated on the blood border, on the presumption that she wanted her old status back. In fact, she was offered an especially prestigious leadership position in the First Veil, for a demon such as she could not be seen in the streets. But she refused the gesture, rather bluntly, the report suggests. Instead, she sought Volfred's agents, as well as several of her former foster sons and daughters. And so, the ranks of the revolution grow stronger. Fuck yeah! The last part of the messenger imp's news must have been damaged in transit, though appears to be in Judariel's own words. All you can tell is that it says, await. You thank the messenger imp for relaying this information. Your companions are excited to discuss the news. Tiso is fired up about the news of Judariel's return to the Commonwealth. Do you think she still has her horns now that she's back up there? We can envision it. A demon such as she set loose within the Commonwealth. She is an inspiration to us all, or to this night she is at least tissed. Wonder what the rest of her message said. You give it to him for us, Jody. I knew you had it in you. The news of Jodariel's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. Hell yeah, +1 hope. Your wagon shudders to a halt. Bizarre outcroppings give it a forbidden feel. In the distance you hear an old gibberish noise that sounds like drive-ins. Whoa guys, how'd you find me all the way out here? I mean, this is for extra special customers. Ah, I'm only joking, You're the only customers I got.
Oh, Shay.
Got you again, only joking about that too, huh? because I got tons of customers. It's just they already bought a lot of stuff today, so they're not here, okay? Anyways, I just got in a little something here, which maybe you'll be into. Been hearing about those little numbers for a while. Check them out. Ooh! He reveals to you a set of twin rings, a jeweled band, and a runed band. Grants the bear +2 presence, 2 quickness, and 2 hope. Set bonus. At the start of a round, briefly gain infinite stamina if an ally has a runed band. Thinking these thingers are supposed to be for a couple of lovebirds, know what I mean? But anybody could probably use them, provided they was to buy them off of me. I was gonna get them for myself, but anyways, let me know if you want them. I do kinda want them, but I don't have the cash. See you guys again sometime soon. Maybe, okay, because I gotta say, you are my favorite customers I had all week. Everything is set for the rite to commence, and all is quite amid the steady current of the Isle of Caliber. All there is left to do is wait for nightfall to set. You observe Sir Gilliman sliding back and forth, back and forth. You sense something is weighing on his mind. This night is not a night at all. This knight betrayed his former commander, abandoned his brethren of the sea domain. But what is knighthood even? What is knighthood if it means having to follow such a craven as that Sir Deluge? Cease this nonsense, Gilliman. Focus on the right. Focus on the right. Focus on the right. He noticed you finally. Oh, Master Reader. This knight did not sense you there just now. Such was his preoccupation with the task at hand. Know that this knight stands prepared. He has no misgivings whatsoever when it comes to the battling his ex-triumvirate. Please consider letting this knight participate, for he has honor to restore. That a glimmering within the sky draws you and his attention. The final Titan star, Lord Grandroth. Your adversaries each shall have +8 presence, raising the size of their auras. Call upon the Titan star to rank up faster. All these debuffs just for faster level ups. For more XP. I am not gonna tempt fate.
A glorious eve to you as ever, O you exiles of the Night Wings. The 8 scribes dragged you all the way into the blasphemous Isle of Kaelma. Here you are to be surrounded by even more gibbering nitwits than usual. Your adversaries in the rites this eve shall be the Pyre Hearts. Reduce their pyre to a smolder and step closer to freedom. Now prepare yourselves.
Gilliman, still not abandoned your new friends like all your other duties and responsibilities. Sir Deluge wrestles with his mask for a time. This knight is most surprised that you have the courage even to show yourself. You speak of courage, Sir Deluge, but this knight has little else to say to you, to the likes of you. That figures, Gilliman. You are no knight at all. You are a teensy minnow swimming in the sea of minnows many, many times your size, and with much more honor too. Then something comes over Sir Gilliman. But just as soon it fades, Sir Gilliman slinks away. Disgraceful! You Nightwings are stupid to have taken that one in. And you are no good at the rites. And another thing, we do not fear you!
The rite shall begin forthwith. Sir Gilman. Pamela. It is done.
Let's go, you bozos! You pirate hearts don't get to talk to our Sir Gilman like that! Come then, Nightwings! Show this knight how you defend the honor of that miserable minnow whom you harbor. On God! That's right, commence. The imps throughout the cavernous area roar with excitement. Our struggles in our plan. Mere experiment to these loathsome creatures. And entertainment to these loathsome creatures. Begging your pardon, sir, the imps of the Isle are quite passionate about the rites. Just now, they offer a bounty in soul. If our triumvirate proves worthy, they would pay us. In exchange for what exactly? And where did they get the soul? Old coin you can trade. For that matter. My understanding is that they wish to see us perform various feats of glory. As for the source of their wealth, who can say how much soul lies lost within the sea? Reader, it may seem beneath you, but the opportunity is real if the soul could be a benefit. Indeed. Then, reader, my boy, it is yours to decide if entertaining these sad creatures is a justifiable distraction during these affairs. We trust your judgment now. Let us not distract you further here. Henceforth, you shall be tasked with feats of glory in the rites. Flashy displays of mastery in the rites, which certain types of imps are willing to pay to see. Okay,
Now begin. Already does your
Banish
adversary
2
begin
exiles in a
to
single aura cast.
There it is. The two flames now burn equally as bright. A braver than expected act from Sir Deluge. Your pyre shall soon be ashes on the ground.
I should have fucking switched.
Good. Their flame has died a little. Now then. Sublime. Your pyre burns brighter for the while. Onward thus to greater glory.
The imps grow more and more agitated with each passing moment. Some start spilling onto the sacred grounds. Ah, the imps, they come for us. What do we do? What do we do?
What are those blasted creatures doing? This is a sacred tradition, not some boorish spectacle. Wherever did the Nightwings go? You are powerless for now. 'Tis what the scribes ordain.
I should have grabbed the crown.
Careless. The flames of freedom. Now, go on, just once more. The orb. And it is done. The Nightwings prevail. They
Prevail in a
aside
right
their
at
adversaries
each
without
of the
too much
celestial
trouble.
landmarks. Fuck yeah.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Curse you, Gilliman! You were a fool to abandon us, and now you only twist the dagger in our backs. You still do not seem to understand, Sir Deluge. This knight is no longer beholden to the likes of you. This knight is bound only by the path toward enlightenment. Your words ring false! You are unfit to lead! Shut up! You know exactly what you are, Gilliman! You call this knight a craven, yet your courage is a mere facade, and everybody knows this knight shall see to it. Sir Gilliman does not respond, although you sense the words of Sir Deluge got to him.
What stirs now in the hearts of all these exiles? Even a traitor heart like Hamatha.
Good, a time as any to say thanks for having me along on this strange little journey of yours, reader darling. Now, Hamatha permanently gains 8 quickness, making her move faster. Banishing the adversary, Hamatha moves 30% faster than usual. More speed!
Until the next rite.
After you and your fellow exiles vanquish the Pyre Hearts, you find the lone minstrel tending to one of your own. Sir Gilliman seems to be unwell, although you cannot sense why. How are you feeling, sir? This knight can hardly move, as though he has been transmogrified into a walking stick, or some such sorcery. I see. Then please do not exert yourself or try. The minstrel motions for you to come closer, sir. Reader, Sir Gilliman appears rather disoriented and more fatigued than usual. Reported feeling not entirely present. Symptoms of banishment sickness. An ailment suffered by those who frequently conduct the rites, debilitating but fleeting. He should soon be able to take part in light activities. I think under no circumstances shall he be able to conduct the coming rite. Now then, I ought not to keep you from the stars above. Please go and have a look at them. For all of us, I think, are anxious to depart this place. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. You gaze into the darkness. Okay. Could go back to Oob, we could go to Ors, or the Venged... Oh. Hey, it's been a while! Let's see. Oh, are you gonna be up at the top again for us? We could go beat you guys down, but I feel like that would be rude. Because we beat you guys last time. I think. Yeah, because we purposefully went after you to prevent you from being there. So, you know what? Away we go. Again, we are to face the demon Ignaris. In his brutes, the Tempers, he is living proof of how the rites favor raw strength of will and body. Wolfred then offers you such details as he knows of your next adversary. Ignaris, a long-time resident of the Downside, as evidenced by his appearance the strongest of the Tempers. He has awaited years to earn his freedom. Born to a middling Commonwealth family, he got into trouble early and often, but found his calling in the Commonwealth's not entirely legal red light district. There he took many jobs, most involving his sheer size. Most notably, he was a bouncer at the Starry Eight, where he came to symbolize its reputation. One day, a particularly belligerent guest got under his skin, so he gave him a tremendous thrashing. The club clientele all gave a cheer. However, this guest turned out to be a wealthy chamberlain who then exploited his connections to have Ignaris arrested and then exiled. This was 14 years ago. In the Downside, Ignaris dropped his given name, as is sometimes the custom, and survived alone through his tenacity and strength. In time, he drew the notice of the Tempers, who revealed to him the rites, recruited him into their ranks, and let him work his way up. Now, at last, it is his turn. Ignaris struggles to return to a place that wants nothing to do with someone like him. He should never have been exiled. Anyway, my boy, I'm off to rest. You wish a good night to Wolfred. Your travels shall continue at first light. And with that, we will end stream. We've done a lot of reading. We've gotten quite a bit accomplished here. The plot thickens, and we're hungry for more. I will see everybody next time. So I hope you enjoyed. I will see you later. Adios.